you own an ecom brand and you're struggling with growing your revenue and you tried many ways like social media ads, Google ads, SEO, things like that, and you don't see the revenue increase you expected, then this video is for you. I'm about to show you how to add 100% extra revenue to your ecom brand without paying thousands of dollars for Google ads or social media ads. So ecom store business model is much more competitive these days compared to last few years, because there are a lot of ecom store out there. So you can't just run social media ads and bring traffic to your website and expect the customers to make purchase at their first visit. So what we're gonna do, we're actually going to use email marketing to, instead of pushing sales in the visitor's first visit to your website, we will grab their email address and we send them email marketing contents to overcome their objection, show them social proof, and building trust with them. And then we will expect them to make any purchase from our website. So if you don't know me, my name is Hamid. I helped hundreds of brands with email marketing to generate more than 100% extra revenue for their ecom stores. You can see all my email design works in my Behance account. You can also get a free email marketing audit at my website, bigmainflow.com. So the first thing that we're going to do in recovering lost sales of our ecom brand is setting up a sign-up form. A sign-up form is actually something that we use to obtain the visitor's email address. So it should contain text box like this and also a button which people click and submit their email address. But before we use Klaviyo to set up a sign-up form, I actually want to show you how the whole system works for email flows. So once the visitor comes to your website, they're probably going to leave, because statistics shows that 96% of the visitors are not even ready to make a purchase at their first visit. So what we're going to do, once they visit your website, we're going to show them a sign-up form, something like this. We're actually going to offer a discount, like 10% discount, $10 discount, $50 discount, in order to obtain their email address. And once they submit their email, we enter them in a welcome flow. A welcome flow is actually a kind of email that automatically sends to people who sign up for email newsletters through this form. And the welcome flow actually looks like something like this. We give them discount, and also we give them some details about our product, and we give them some options, for example, some category of our products on the ecom store, and maybe social proof. A welcome flow actually includes multiple emails. For example, if this is your first email in your welcome series, you just want to give them the discount and maybe a few options to choose between your products and categories. And in the second one, for example, we can give them social proof, showing some testimonials of our previous customers. And in the third one, we can, for example, compare our products with competitors, and so on. But welcome flow is not the only way that we're gonna recover lost sales. Actually, we have other flows that we use to recover sales. For example, site abandonment. This email flow automatically sends to people who visit the website, but they don't open any product page. So let's say we go to this website. So this website called Owen, and once we sign up for the email address, and if we don't open any product page, for example, if I click any of these, I'm gonna open a product page. And before opening any product page and making any purchase, I leave the website. What's gonna happen is I just triggered the site abandonment flow. So we will be sending an email content to those kind of customers who didn't open any product page. We have another flow actually called browse abandonment flow. In this flow, someone visits our website and they, let's say, open a product page, for example, this one, and they see the product, they scroll or maybe not scroll, and they leave the website. In this case, we just triggered the browse abandonment flow. So in this type of emails, we want to make sure that we are showing the product page that the visitors visited previously into the email that we send them automatically in this flow. And the last email flow we're going to talk about in this tutorial is cart abandonment. So what it means is actually someone goes to a product page and then they click add to cart. So I have this product called high protein nutrition into my cart. And this way, I just triggered the cart abandonment flow. So I'm gonna receive an email like with 1 to 2 hours delay, which includes this product in the email, and also it will give me some detail about the product. So the overall idea for cart abandonment is actually overcoming some objections or showing some social proof about the product we've chosen. So let's start with welcome flow. Actually, let's start with setting up the sign up form at the beginning. So once you log into your Klaviyo account, if you don't know how to create a Klaviyo account for your Ecom store, you can watch this video. I've explained how you can set up a Klaviyo account very easily. So once you're in your Klaviyo account, in the left-hand side, click on Sign Up Forms, and then click on Create Form, and then you can click one of these, which looks very simple, for example, this one, and you're gonna choose an email list to get the emails into it. So I'm gonna say, let's say newsletter, and I'm gonna choose newsletter again, and then create form. Cool, now we have the sign up form created, and we're gonna do some adjustment. I'm gonna click on the image and I'm gonna click on replace, and I wanna upload this photo for the sign up form. So I'm gonna click on upload image and drag and drop this image here. Great, this image is now added here, and in the headline you can offer your discount and also a description giving small info about how the discount works and the email input and the button. You can also add an extra step and ask for phone number, but we don't need that here. So I'm just gonna delete this one. And as you can see, we have 2 steps here, and I'm gonna delete this one. And we don't wanna send any SMS for this sign up form. We wanna tell them to, for example, check your inbox for your discount. So what we're gonna do is actually, once we obtain the visitor's email address, we're gonna send them the first welcome flow immediately, which also includes the discount. And the welcome flow is this email. So once you're done with your sign up form, you can click on publish, but in this case, I'm gonna click exit. And in the left hand side, I'm gonna click on flows. Now I'm gonna click on create flow. Now let's search for welcome. Here it says welcome series. I'm gonna choose that. And we have an option here called trigger. So actually this is how the welcome flow is triggered. So anyone who gets added into the newsletter list, which we already created the sign up form based on this list called newsletter, then they will receive the first and other welcome flows. So I'm gonna choose the same email list, and you can update the name and click use template. So here I'm gonna delete all of these additional elements. I'm gonna delete this delay. Also, I'm gonna delete this conditional split. So what we have here is we have a trigger and the first welcome email. So once the trigger is pulled, the first welcome email will be sent. So let's see what's the trigger. As I said, the trigger is anyone who gets added into the newsletter list. So we want to make sure that the welcome flow is only being sent to people who didn't purchase from the website. So I'm going to add some profile filters. I'm going to add profile filter, select the condition, what someone has done or not, and select on choose metrics and search for placed order. And then we're going to say placed order 0 times overall time. So click on 0 times overall time and then click save. So this email flow will only be sent to people who didn't purchase anything from our website. So I'm going to click on the first email. We can add a subject line here, and also by clicking here we can update the email content for the first welcome flow email. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice out this email that we've created here, and I'm going to choose all the 3 slices and click on export. Export on desktop, and here I'm going to delete all of these contents. We don't need any of these, and also the header. And I'm going to add an image here from the left hand side. You drag and drop the image, and you'll upload the image slices one by one. So the first one is uploaded. I'm going to duplicate this by clicking the duplicate button. I'm going to select the second one and upload the other slice. And the same way to upload the final slice. Now select the third slice and delete the content and upload the corresponding slice. Great, all the slices have been uploaded, but make sure to watch this video that I explained everything about discount codes, because this email has a discount code and you need to know how to include this in your Shopify or Klaviyo account. Otherwise, the discount code will not work. So the next thing to do is actually we need to link each slice to the corresponding web page of our website. So I'm going to go to the website, and let's say in this case we want to link all of these slices to the main page. I'm going to copy their home page and I'm going to paste it here. But if you're adding any product page or collection page, for example, this one is a product page, you want to make sure to link the slide to the corresponding product page. For example, this one. So I'm going to copy the link to this product page, and here I'm going to link it to this slice. All right, now I'm going to click on preview and test, and here you can write down your email address and send a test to your own email to make sure everything's work properly before launching the email flow. Now I'm going to click exit. Here you can update your subject line, preview text, things like that. And also you can create an A/B test. We're not going to work on that at the moment. And I'm going to click done. Great. Our welcome flow have been created, but you can also add extra emails. For example, let's say in our strategy for our welcome flow, we want to send the first email, which includes the discount, immediately after visitors submit their email address. And then we will send another email in the welcome flow a day after that. In order to do that, I'm going to bring in a time delay. And here you can say 1 day time delay and click save. And I'm going to clone the first email and drop it right after the time delay. We are sending another email a day after they submit for the discount. And you can also create another email design for the second welcome flow by clicking edit. You can upload your design into Klaviyo. But I don't want to make this video too long, so I'll just focus to have the first email in each flow. So once you're done, you can click review and turn on. But in this case, I'm just going to click exit and I'm going to go for the next email flow, which is site abandonment flow. I'm going to click on create flow, make sure you're under flow, and then click create flow. And here we want to create our own email flow because Klaviyo doesn't have a site abandonment flow. And then I'm going to click create manually. So to create a site abandonment flow, we want to make sure that we are filtering the visitors that are receiving this email flow. But first, we need to activate the trigger. I'm going to click on all triggers and click metric and click on active on site. So anyone who has been active on the website is going to receive this email, but they should meet all the profile filters afterwards, which is starting by, I'm going to click on profile filters, click add, and then add profile filter. So the first thing is actually want to make sure that we're not sending this email flow to people who already have been in other flows, for example, added to cart flow or browse abandonment flow. So what we're going to do is actually, I'm going to click on what someone has done or not. I'm going to choose the metric and I'm going to search for added to cart. I'm going to click on 0 times over all times. So this email will only be sent to people who didn't have added any product to their cart. And we need another filter, anyone who have been purchased anything from our website, because they're already getting another email flow, which is called post-purchase flow. So I'm gonna say placed order 0 times over all time. Actually, I made this mistake here. Make sure you don't make this mistake. I clicked on or, but we need to make sure that we click on and, because the recipients need to meet all of these filters to receive this email flow. So again, I'm gonna click on what someone has done and search for placed order 0 times over all time. And another filter, we want to say in this one that this recipient didn't receive this flow, let's say in the last 30 days, because it's not a kind of flow that you want to send them like every week or every 2 weeks. So I'm gonna click on has not been in this flow in the last 30 days. And the final filter is anyone who have visited a product page. So I'm gonna again click on has someone done or not, and I'm gonna search for viewed product 0 times overall time. And then I'm gonna click save. So we have these filters here, and the trigger is anyone who have been active on a website. So this is how we set up a site abandonment flow. And I'm gonna click save, confirm and save. We wanna add a time delay for site abandonment flow. We want it to be like 3 hours. We don't wanna add a long time delay. We don't want people forget about our website. And click save. And then we wanna add an email here. I wanna click on that. You can update the subject line and preview text. And then I'm gonna select template. And here I'm gonna click on create. I'm gonna create it from scratch because I've already created the design here, which is this one. This email is already sliced out. So I'm gonna choose the image slices. By the way, if you don't know how to design emails, you can watch this tutorial in my channel. I've completely talked about how you can create high converting email designs. So I'm gonna choose the image slices, these two, and I'm gonna export the 2 layers desktop. And in Klaviyo, I'm gonna delete this extra elements and add image slices again. So these are the 2 slices that we wanna upload for site abandonment. And I'm gonna duplicate the first slice and upload the second slice. Now both slices have been uploaded. Now we wanna link the site abandonment email to our home page, but you can also link it to your like popular category page. So here I'm gonna paste the link here and also here. Great, now I'm gonna click exit. Here you can again update your subject line and preview text, but I'm gonna click on done. Our site abandonment flow is now created. You can again add another time delay and add extra emails in this series, but we're gonna stick with only the first email. And once you're done, you can click on review and turn on. But I'm gonna click exit, and I'm gonna go for the next email flow, which is added to cart. I'm gonna click on create flow. So I'm gonna search for cart. It says abandoned cart reminder. Make sure once you're creating abandoned cart flow, make sure that the trigger is added to cart, not started checkout. So I'm gonna click on this one. I wanna update the name, and the trigger says when someone adds cart, I'm gonna say use template. And here we wanna delete the extra elements. I'm gonna delete this one, also this one, also this one, delete yes path. And we have a trigger which is added to cart, a time delay, which is 4 hours, we want it to be 2 hours, and an email. So I'm gonna click on edit. In some email flows, including abandoned cart flow, abandoned checkout flow, and browse abandoned flow, we have something called dynamic section. As you can see here, here, and here, which is this one. Actually here, the kind of product that is going to be shown here is going to be dynamic depending on customer's action. For example, for this one, the kind of product that we want to have here is the product that is added to the recipient's cart. So I'm going to delete the extra text here, the header, and this text, and also this button here. But we want to leave the dynamic section there. And I'm gonna slice out our email design. So I'm gonna use slice tool. I'm gonna leave the dynamic section. We already have it in our klaviyo, so I'm not gonna choose that. And I'm gonna export these slices, and I'm gonna upload them here. We need image on the top, add it here. Now I'm gonna duplicate the image slice and take it all the way down and upload the image to the second slice. We also need to update the background color of the dynamic section. So I'm going to copy this color code and click on the dynamic section, and under styles, click on block background color. Here you can paste the color code and you can see it looks much better here. Cool. Now I'm going to click on preview and test. So here you can see the dynamic product is going to update the image and text automatically based on the customer's action. And click done. We also want to make sure that all the image slices is linked to the same product page. So I'm going to copy this, which is called event.url. I'm going to click on the first image slice and I'm going to paste it here. As you can see, this is the dynamic link, and also this one. Again, paste it here. Once you're done, click on exit. You can also update the subject line and preview text and click done. Great. Our abandonment cart flow is now created. And again, you can add extra emails with more time delays, but I'm going to leave this as it is. And I'm going to go for the last email flow, which is browse abandonment flow. So as I said, browse abandonment flow is a kind of flow that is going to be sent to anyone who visits some specific product pages, but they don't them into the added to cart. So I'm gonna use this browse abandonment flow, which is already in the klaviyo. It says when someone viewed product, wait 2 hours and send the email. I'm gonna use this template. We wanna make sure that we are not sending this email flow to anyone who added to cart. So we're gonna check here. It says checkout started 0 times, placed order 0 times. So we don't have excluded people who added product to the cart. So I'm gonna click edit and click and someone has done and click on added to cart 0 times overall time and click save. Great. Now I'm gonna click on the email and click on edit. Now we want to slice out our email design. Again, we're gonna exclude the dynamic part. We already have it on the website, on the klaviyo, and I'm gonna choose both and export them. So here I'm gonna delete these extra texts and the header, also this one, and this one. And I'm gonna add image here. I'm gonna upload the image again. I'm gonna duplicate the image, bring it down, and update the content. Again, we're gonna update this dynamic section background. First, let me delete this section. I'm gonna copy this color code and go to styles, plug background color and paste it there. Now, again, we wanna update the link for each image slice as well. So I'm gonna copy the event URL and paste it here and also here. So actually in this, in the browse abandonment email, we want to talk about the difference of our products. Here you can see we are comparing 2 different products that they have. You can also add another dynamic section that shows other products of the website so they can choose and click on it. And once you're done, you can click on preview and test. And as you can see, we have this dynamic section loaded here. And once you're done, click on done and click exit. You can also, again, update the subject line and preview text. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. I share a lot of helpful info about email marketing, and you're gonna learn how to increase revenue of your e-com store with email marketing. See you on the next video.